Hello, everyone. Welcome to
Hello.
our live stream. Hi, Dan.
Hello, Amit.
And today we'll talk about The Mandalorian because
Yes,
apparently Idan only watched it now.
including
Um,
spoilers.
Good show, very exciting. Luke Skywalker appears at the end of the final episode
Oh
of the
my
second
God, you just
season.
spoiled it to
I
everyone.
just spoiled everything for everyone. That's why I'm here for, to ruin everyone's amazing show. Anyway, we are here to continue our series about ABM. And today we're talking about Influ2, which is a tool that is been catching more and more awareness, and more clients and everybody kind of asks about it, talks about it. So we'll talk about the tool, what it is, how does it actually, how is it part of ABM? Is it not? And what do we do with it? And because we know you're tired of seeing our beautiful faces, we invited Maya Dromelamed from Mobidio, who is using Influ2, is seeing success with Influ2, and will tell us a bit what they do. So welcome, Maya.
Hey Amit, hey Dan.
Hi, Maya.
So Maya, tell us a bit about what you do at Mobidio, what Mobidio does, and then we'll dive into Influ2, what is it and how do you use it?
Okay, so I'm the VP of Marketing at Mobidio in the past 2 years, and our main product is Mobidio STO. Mobidio STO is the digital STO operating system. STO stands for shutdowns, turnarounds, and outages, which are the most critical events in the life of asset-intensive organizations. We're working mainly with refineries, chemical plants, and power plants to dramatically improve the manageability of the key factors that determine STO success, and these are scope, cost, schedule, quality, and safety.
Great. And what is the main challenge for you in terms of marketing and reaching the audience?
We have a very specific database and people that we want to target, but these people are busy. They are not all the time on social media, and it's hard to reach out to them. So the challenge is to create as many multiple touch points as we can, and let them see us wherever they go. And as usual for marketeers, just to make sure that we're targeting the right audience at the right time and get them with the right message.
So it's
So
not
basically,
really.
you know who you're targeting, right? You know the people themselves.
Yeah, the target audience is very, very focused. We're focused on North America, and we know exactly which companies we're targeting, and we know exactly which job titles we're targeting. So basically, we have a list of a few thousands of people that we're targeting, and these are the people that we're working with along the way.
Okay, so you have a very specific ICP, ideal customer profile, and these are not, if I understand correctly, these are not really digital natives. So they
Right,
don't
exactly. Yeah, this is
they
a good.
don't spend a majority of their time online or in the usual places. You do have to make a special effort outside of the comfort zone of many digital marketeers in order to
Exactly.
try and catch their attention.
Yeah,
Okay.
we tried before with multiple channels. Like we tried to catch them on LinkedIn, and it wasn't an easy task because most of them are not on LinkedIn all the time. Like I worked in other startups when all your target audience is on LinkedIn, so it's super easy. But here we needed to be a bit more creative and find them on other channels.
One of the major traps that we see people falling is following the advice of vendors who target marketers, because then you can focus on a digital space. That's where everybody is who is a modern marketer. But you have to, you have a different kind of audience, and many businesses have a different kind of audience who are not really digital natives. So how does Influ2 help you? What does it do?
Wait, let's just explain what Influ2 is a bit, and then we'll dive
What
into
does it do?
questions. So basically, Influ2 allows you to get a list of people and the companies they work in and target them on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on Instagram, and other channels. How they do it? I mean, we have our thinking about it, and they claim it's completely legal, so we're not getting into that. But apparently, they can identify people and show them engagement. And the beautiful thing is, and I'm going to share my screen, is that you can actually see exactly who you're targeting. So in most ABM tools, what you'll do is you'll send like, okay, I want to target Microsoft, I want to target a company, and you'll have an IP identification or cookie identification of people working in the company. At best, you can tell, I want to talk to people Microsoft who are in IT or in department. With Influ2, you can actually target specific people. And once those people are found, the system will continue engaging them and showing them ads, whether it's video ads or text ads. And the beauty of it is that when someone sees your ad, clicks on it, watches a video, and visits the website, the system knows it and has a really good integration with HubSpot. So it will send all this data, all the engagement data to HubSpot, and we'll talk in a minute how we're going to manage that. They also have their own score and a recommendation when it's time, the right time to contact the person. And again, you don't need the emails of the people, and you just need a list of people with their names and companies. And actually now they even allow you they even suggest people for you with really nice set of targeting. So we have, and for full disclosure, Maya is a client of ours, so we've been working with her on quite a few channels. And I think that obviously, like every list-based marketing platform, you need to make sure that your list is good, which Maya had, because she had a good list of people that she knew were relevant. But this is not enough. This is not enough to actually show a success of the tool. So let's Maya, what convinced you to start using this?
So as you said, since we had a very focused list of people that we know we want to target, we looked for something that will enable us to reach out to these people exactly. And you came up with the idea to use Influ2, and I was willing to try. So we started a few months back, and at the beginning we started to target our list of people, and this is like really powerful because I actually see that these people, the right people, the target audience, click the ads, and I can see which ads that they click and when they click it. So it's really powerful. So after a few months, we expanded the list, and as you mentioned before, Influ2 has the ability to do some data mining for us. So they came up with more people from the target accounts that we have on the list, some more people with the right titles, and this campaign performed really well as well. And the integration with HubSpot was really easy and very good integration. So currently we based all the work processes that links marketing and sales together based on the activity of Influ2. So currently when someone clicks an ad on Influ2, we have a workflow on HubSpot, and the contact owner get a notification, and he knows that he needs to reach out to this person. So if our SDRs are doing cold calls, like these are the most warm cold calls that they can get.
Okay, and what happened? So you started reaching people, and I think what was the advantage? Why were you pleased with the results? I mean, we ran campaigns before, you got leads from LinkedIn, there were enough people there, but what was different about the engagement or the actions that you took following those in Influ2?
I think that the biggest advantage was that these are really the people that we're after. Like the sales team is working really hard to reach out to these people. And now I feel as a VP of marketing that I can really support the sales team effort, and we can really work together because I ensure that the target audience sees our ads, get the message, click our ads, and then the sales team can take it from there. So we see the level of engagement within our target audiences, and this is really powerful. The sales team is super happy to see, to wake up in the morning and see the notifications from HubSpot coming. You have another click from Influ2. So they really can see for the first time the level of engagement goes up. And I think this makes the connection between sales and marketing really powerful.
So what? Every time there's a click, they get a notification?
Yeah, every time we set up a few benchmarks, a few thresholds. So whenever someone gets to 20 impressions, they get the first notification, and the contact gets a specific score. And then once he clicks, they get another notification and the score goes up. And then the second click and the ones after, so they get notification, and they see also everything on the contact object in HubSpot. So whenever they get this notification, they just click, go to HubSpot, and see everything. They can see the level of engagement of this person. And also, we're prioritizing the list for the SDRs and the sales team based on the level of engagement. So we want them to reach out first to the people that are more engaged. So this way we can easily see who's engaged and who's not. So it's really easy to prioritize the list right now.
In what ways have salespeople been reacting to it? I mean, you can think about it as making their lives easier in the sense of improving their connect rates. So someone who was exposed to an ad on Influ2 is more likely to take their outreach, seriously, to respond to it, maybe faster. What kind of ways, what kind of feedback have you received from sales about how it helps them? Besides the fact that they get those notifications and get some signals, how are they using it?
So I think that the whole conversation between marketing and sales has changed. Because usually the sales team is saying, the quality of leads is really low and you don't bring the right leads. And here it's really easy for everyone to see that these are the right leads. And it really leverages their efforts and make their lives so much easier, both on prioritizing the list, and once they reach out to someone, the conversation is different. It's easier because they know that this person engaged with our content. They can see exactly what he did, whether he clicked on the ad and then went to the website. So they have some more information in the background, and they have a better starting point for the conversation.
So what was and why didn't it work before when they had leads? I mean, someone downloaded an ebook or something that showed interest. What was the difference between the previous campaigns? Did they not call them?
They did, but they were more focused on their list. Like it was like a separate list. We brought leads from various channels, and it was good, but they were focused on their list, and they knew how to prioritize their list. But now it feels that it really works together, that we bring the marketing department brings valuable information for them to work on their list. So now when they want to start their morning with calling people, they know who they want to reach out to, and it's based on what we do on Influ2.
So does that mean that that's all marketing has to do now, to just create engagements alerts for sales? It's a bit disappointing as a marketer. What about awareness? What about top of the funnel?
Yeah, we're working, on a few more aspects of marketing. So Influ2, I think, is very good for brand awareness as well. But we're doing, much more things. We generate content, obviously, and distribute it. We're very happy to go back to in-person events. We'll do that really soon, and we have a lot of online events. So this is, part of the mix, but it's a significant one, because I think it's a game changer in the way you reach out to people, because like here it's really like it's like going to an event, and when you meet someone, you know that you met him. And when you do digital campaigns, so most of the times you don't know who you're going to meet, but here with Influ2 you know exactly who you met, and it's another touch point that is more like accurate.
Is it instead of the lead generation efforts or together with them?
Currently, we're working on other channels as well for lead generation. So, and I think it's always the mix. Like you can't use one channel, like never. It won't work. It's a mix of channels and mix of multiple touch points until you can really reach out to someone and be sure that he knows who you are, and he knows the brand, and he knows something about your product.
One critique that we've heard about tools like this is that it's kind of a black box. Okay, it's kind of like a closed system that you feed it a list of names, and then at the other end comes engagement, and in between you have no idea what's happening as a marketer.
Mm-hmm.
Does it bother you, the marketing team, or the salespeople? Do they care? Do they even ask about that? Or it's not? It's completely, okay, in the sense that it's a non-issue.
The way it works, the way we reach out to people.
No, the way Influ2 works, meaning you feed it the ads, you feed it the list, and then at the other end comes engagement. But you don't, like on LinkedIn, you have a campaign manager tool. You control the campaign, you control targeting, you control everything, and you see everything, firsthand on the platform. Same for Google, same for Facebook. But here it's kind of, and it's a critique we've heard people make, it's like, it's a black box, right? You don't exactly know how they reach those people and how they are targeting them. They just do. It just works. So the question is, does it really bother us, or it's fine? We don't care.
As long as it works, I think it's good. And I don't really care about their algorithm and how it works. Like, this is not my area. But I think I have like more than enough information on their dashboard. I can go to the dashboard. Yeah, here's the dashboard. And I can see how many impressions we had, how many clicks we had, what's the CTR. I can see the creatives, what worked, what didn't work. I can see the score per contact, like the top people that were engaged with our ads and the top accounts. So I feel like I have like more than enough information here to optimize our campaigns, and I can always see when the CTR goes down. I know that I have to replace the campaign, but I see that the right people see our ads, so I don't care beyond that.
Which is also important to know that you pay for impressions, so making sure that you get engagements is on you. And like, we actually see that the results are quite impressive in terms in your campaigns, but it really, really depends on the message. So it's really important to replace those ads and make sure that you improve the engagement rather than just put ads and hope for the impressions, because you're not going to get any clicks or any impressions if you don't do content that is actually relevant for it. The algorithm doesn't optimize for engagement.
Right. So currently I see that I need to replace the campaign every 3-4 weeks. I see when the CTR goes down that I need to have another piece of content or different different creatives. So it's really easy to manage and see. I think it works the same for all digital channels. But it's really easy, and I have here all the information I need to manage my campaigns the best way.
Great. So just to clarify, what is the playbook that you recommended sales to work on?
The playbook?
Yeah, what's the playbook that, sorry about that. What's the playbook that you told them, like, are they supposed to call immediately? Are they supposed to, is it up to them? Or did you agree with them on a specific SLA? Because we worked with Influ2 with other companies and they didn't have an SDR, they didn't have someone to call immediately, and it didn't work as well. And I think that the reason it works for you is not necessarily the platform, but the playbook and the agreement between sales and marketing, and what do they do with those engagements?
Yeah, so at the beginning we defined the work process for these leads, how the sales team should take care of them. So we decided that once they see that someone clicked, they get a notification, and then they're trying to reach out. Like we have a workflow on HubSpot, so it immediately open a new task for the SDRs to reach out to these people, whether with an email sequence or with a phone call. So it's hard to get these people on the phone call. So this is why we're also igniting the email sequence. So I think this is why it's so successful, because they're really like into it. They know that these are the people that are most engaged for today. Every morning they get a list of the people who are most engaged today. This is amazing.
But what do they do with it? Do they is it up to them, or do they agree with you that they're going to call them 3 times, 5 times? I mean, how do you make sure that they do their end?
I trust them to do their job. Yeah, they're a good team. So I trust them to do their job, even though we discussed the processes before and everything was agreed. And they change and optimize, based on their best practice, but also we follow them on HubSpot. So I can see, based on lead status, I can see exactly where we're at with reaching out to these people. So it's not just throwing leads at them, it's also following them afterwards and see that they really make the most out of it, because it's an asset and we must use it properly.
Great. We have a question. So Aaron Mutal is asking if we can share the breakdown of CTRs per network. But as far as I know, the platform doesn't allow you to see which networks, like if it's Facebook or LinkedIn or Yahoo network, it gets impressions from. It just what they do is basically you agree on the number of impressions. So if they can't reach the number of people that you paid for a month, they'll compensate you. But as long as they reach them once, that would be how they charge you for.
Yeah, it depends on the presence of these people on social media. So whether they are on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Google, Yahoo, it really depends on their presence. So as I said before, our target audience is not like highly present on social media. And at the beginning, it was hard to reach them. And this is why we added the data mining list, which was really successful.
Cool. Dan, anything you want to add before we wrap up?
No, I think when you use a tool like that, you have to really sort of put it in the right place in the mix, like Maya called it. So in this case, the right place was just as a way as the tool for salespeople to prioritize. Okay, that's the success of the playbook, that they really react to it. And everything else is just the operation around it. So as long as it happens, I think that's where you see the success. So you could place Influ2 as strictly a brand awareness strategy. So you will collect engagements and impressions somewhere and maybe track some secondary metrics on your traffic report to see if it improves direct or it improves SEO. A better use of it, as I think, is what Mobidio is doing. Is placing it right at the start of sequences of sales sequences. I think it's great.
Any last words?
I think it's important to mention that every campaign is based on great content that is focused on our target audience. It's not just throwing ads. It's really like download an ebook, watch an on-demand webinar, and like heavy content pieces. So we put a lot of effort on creating valuable campaigns for our target audience. So I think the way it works together is really well with great content. So this is like if someone thought about going out of it without creating content, so no, you still need to work on content.
There's no escape. We still need some marketing in the mix.
Unfortunately, no.
Maya, thank you so much for coming today and joining us. And we'll continue next week with a surprise guest. So again, thank you very much.
Next 2 weeks.
Thank you, guys. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Maya. It was great.
Bye-bye.
Bye.